Hey everybody, happy full moon. This is Chase Petiche. I'm mystic, healer, guide, astrologer. I'm here to talk about this full moon in Pisces on August 30th that we have. It's a pretty awesome one. It's pretty powerful, and I'm getting some pretty amazing energetic downloads. To me, it feels like a tipping point of spiritual evolution, integration, awakening on this planet. You know, it's no surprise to anybody that we are going through massive shifts on this planet currently. Maui fires, I live in the West Coast, hurricanes, you know, the list seems to go on and on. And it's really interesting because when you can kind of step outside of the fear and start to really soberly look at what it is the evolution, the disintegration, and the rebirth of a new paradigm. Bottom line. This paradigm is birthing itself through us. I said this in my last video, and I will continue to say this because it is not something that is happening outside of ourselves, although yes, our environment is changing, our governments are changing, we are changing, but really, this pinnacle evolutionary point, shifting point, is happening through us. So this full moon in Pisces that is going to be on August 30th. Remember, this is we are sandwiched. This is the last of the two supermoons that sandwiched August. So we had a supermoon on, I think it was the 1st or 2nd, 3rd, I don't remember. And then we had one on August 30th, almost at the very tail end, almost the very bookended energies of this month. Now, this moon is specifically important. It's important for a few reasons. So the moon is, of course, always opposing the sun during a full moon. The thing about this is that it's in the sign of Pisces. Pisces is the natural mystic of the zodiac. It is the natural mystic of the zodiac, and its essence is energetic awareness, psychic realms. Many people who are Pisces will go on and on and on and tell you about all kinds of psychic things that happen to them. The truth is we all have Pisces inside of us. All of us have some sort of Pisces energy inside of us. But now at this full moon, it's going to be highlighted. It's going to be culminated. The light is going to be shining very, very, very brightly on this energy. And it's going to be, the moon is also 4 degrees from Saturn. This is really, really, really important. Saturn is the taskmaster of the zodiac. It is the planet that rules discipline, hard work, regimented behaviors. It rules perseverance. It rules boundaries. It really is about putting your head down and working. It can be seen as kind of a cold energy. A lot of people fear it. I don't think it's anything to be feared. Whenever I see Saturn, and still even to this day, reading all kinds of astrological ideas about Saturn, nothing ever seems to me to get it quite right, because my own exploration of Saturn has really been about where in my life am I avoiding doing work for some reason in this certain area. I'm going to do a separate video about Saturn and your Saturn sign, because I've been realizing how important it is just in the zodiac and in general. But to have Saturn conjunct the moon in this full moon in Pisces, to me, is bringing about this massive ability to implement and hold a new level of psychic discipline, awareness, and power. So I really think, you know, my theme, I'm actually giving a talk at the Joshua Tree Retreat Center about this very full moon. And what I would say about this full moon, what I feel about this full moon, is that the theme of it is bringing dreams to reality. Bringing dreams to reality. Having Saturn that close to blending with the energy of this full moon is about, Saturn is the realist. It's the materializer. It's ruled by Capricorn. It is putting things into material form. So to have this crazy esoteric energy of Pisces that's a mystical, that's only spirit, that is the etheric, blending with the Lord of Karma and the materialist, is telling me that there is some energy here where we are beginning to take our dreams, take our visions, take our psychic powers, and begin to bring them into material form. The reason why this is so important is because, like I said, we are birthing the new world. The new world is birthing itself through us. And it is imperative that we tune into our visioning faculties at this point in time, because we can't look to the old advisors, the old guard to tell us where to go. And so much of what is happening right now with this major change is really about, in the age of Aquarius, us gathering our own sovereign autonomy and doing what is originally and authentically right for us that may not be right for anyone else. So the clearer and more disciplined one can get around their connection to source, their own mystic nature, beginning to allow this to be at the forefront of one's life, beginning to bring psychic awareness, bring truth, bring energy to this, will I believe begin to, I feel like the reason that this is important is because this is a tipping point where on a full moon like this, this energy is highlighted. It's highlighted like so massively. And it's bringing it to the forefront. It's bringing light to the shadows. It's allowing the mystic nature to rise, and it's bringing enough materialization power, manifestational power to it to make it happen. The moon is also opposing the Virgo, the sign of Virgo. So the sun is in Virgo. So the sun is in Virgo, that's an earth sign. And so this polarization and this energy between the sun and the moon, with the Saturn blending with it, is really giving us this energy of material manifestation. What does this look like? And what does this look like in your life? What does it look like to bring dreams to reality? We say this. We all talk about dreams, making them reality. We all talk about manifestation. But manifestation is not, I want what she has. Manifestation is not, I want to be, I want a Corvette and blah, blah, blah. It's like, sure, you can have those things. But a lot of that is based on seeing what other people have, what the culture at large has, and wanting that because you want to be wanted in that way, following the crowd, not necessarily tuning into your own source connection and allowing your dreams to reveal themselves to you, which then can, from a holistic source, grounded place, can become materialized. The other thing that's happening on this full moon that's really important is that Eris, the goddess of chaos and discord, the 10th planet, which people don't usually talk about, is exact degrees as the North Node. And when I said that this was a tipping point, I mean that this is a tipping point, because what Eris is providing here is a balancing of the scales. So what she's here to do, whatever that means, a balancing of the scales means, to me, that means that our world has become so grossly materialistic, so embedded in the material realm, so forgetful of our own natures, our own wildness, our own soul signature, our own source connection, so based on what we see visually only being paramount. That seems to have been, that seems to me to be a big shift, a big imbalance. And Eris is here, and she's providing that extra bit of power and deep primordial feminine energy to balance those scales. So a lot of things have been happening that I can see that I'm like, oh yeah, that's Eris, and that's Eris, and this is Eris, and that's Eris. And it looks like on the surface of it, it looks kind of like catastrophe or chaos, discord. But when you actually go into chaos and discord in this way, because the heart of Eris is very pure, it's actually just dissolving or bringing awareness to deep imbalances and then rebalancing those deep imbalances through whatever means necessary. And that's where we're at. That's simply where we're at on planet Earth right now. That's simply where we're at on planet Earth right now, is rebalancing, recalibrating those pieces of ourselves, those parts that are have been so out of balance for so long. The other thing that's really interesting is that this full moon is, the full moon is at 7 degrees, and 7 is in numerology, the energy of collective consciousness, faith, spirituality, spiritual awakening and awareness, mysticism, intuition, inner knowing, manifestation. So it seems to be like there's a 7 energy to this initiation, tipping of the scales. Also, there's a kite pattern that's happening on this full moon. That is a kite pattern I talked about is when there's it looks like a kite. There's like 2 triangles on top of each other. These are all trines with one opposition in the middle. And the opposition is Neptune and Mars. Neptune is the ruler of Pisces. She's retrograde. And that energy opposing Mars, mixing with the energy of Eris, all of this is like deep, penetrative, spiritual insight. Deep, penetrative, spiritual awakening. Mars, whatever it touches, whenever it's touching something, will add that extra layer of go, push, do, action, no thought, total instincts. It rules sex. It's all about the drive, literal drive. And to have that opposing Neptune, the planet of vision, dreams, and mystical reality, is really potent. It's giving us another boost, another push forward. I put that this is going to give us an ability to go deeper than ever before. So think about what that might look like for you. And ask yourself, what does my spiritual practice look like? It doesn't necessarily have to be sitting at an altar, although altars help. I will say they really do help if you have no place in your house to practice privately. But your mystical practice also is like so much more than meditation. It's allowing yourself time to go into dream world where we shift out of thinking mind, which is in no way easy during this time on planet Earth where they're squeezing us to death because of inflation and all these things. But I do feel that this is creating a revolution where people are beginning to collectivize, like Age of Aquarius stuff, collectivize, live more communally, help one another out, and through that, their material reality becomes, and their material responsibility becomes less and less, and they have more time to dream. So, trying to think if there's anything else I want to say. Oh yeah, the other thing that also showed up as a 7 is that the Eris conjunct the North Node, which the North Node is where we're heading collectively. So Eris conjunct the North Node is like those two energies are blending. So there's no like, coincidence that all of this is part of the mystical energy of the time, and that this is happening on a full moon in Pisces amidst all this crazy collapse that's going on. We still have the Pluto squaring the North and South Node, creating a big giant square, which is in astrological terms why so much catastrophe is happening right now, but also simultaneous birth. And Eris is on the scene as well. So on this full moon, it's really, really, really about going inward in whatever freaking way you can. Okay? Because from there, that's where that's where the universe, God, spirit talks to us and guides us and assists us. It's when we don't actually have any idea how anything is going to work out. But we begin to cultivate a living, breathing relationship with the divine, with that mystical source that rules our body, soul, spirits, that is beyond our material reality, beyond our brains, from whence we came, from whence we'll go when we die, connecting to that ephemeral source, ineffable source, and knowing that that is the true nature of reality. That is the true nature of reality. That is when you actually begin to unplug yourself from the matrix, truly. And you have a connection to something way higher than yourself, that then begins to guide, bless, and protect you. So that's my little full moon message. I love you guys. I'm sending you so much love. Please reach out if you have any questions, comments, or anything. All right, sending you love.